and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a beat since you heard from me last, and I believe I have pretty good reason. So, everybody knows that the world is changing really quickly. And in my last video, I said I wasn't going to talk about why. Specifically, the world is changing really quickly. And as I thought about it some more, not even that I thought about it, because I haven't really had a lot of time to even think about it, but I realized in the last 2 weeks as I'm learning and growing through my own leadership in this time of turmoil and crisis, that not talking about it is actually a big mistake. I can still be a shining light for people and a positive place for people to come and hang out and learn some things about mindset and talk about it. And I think I have to. 2 weeks ago when I first made a video saying that I wasn't going to, I didn't understand. I didn't know what this was all going to become. There was this naive part of me that thought maybe it wouldn't be this giant situation that it's become, and this 180-degree change in how we live our life. But it did. And so I'm going to talk about it. And I really felt the need to talk about what I've learned about leading people through crisis in the last couple weeks. And it doesn't matter whether you are an influencer or a mom, a family leader, or a leader in the place of business. I believe that all of these principles that I'm going to discuss are very important, and the things that you think about and you talk about in your own leadership capacity. The first thing that I learned was that you have to talk about it. You can't not talk about it, because what you need to be for people is this place where they can come and get the right information and the information that they need to keep themselves safe and others safe. And it's very important that there are people out there sending the right message. You need to be educated on exactly what people need to know right now. There's so much information out there. When you search about the virus, there's a ton, and not all of it's correct, not even close, and a lot of it is information that instills fear and panic into people, and we need to not do that as leaders. Our job as leaders is to give the information factually and to be educated factually so that we can share the information without instilling panic. And we need to be open and supportive to talk about whatever people want to talk about around us. What I mean by that is that as a leader, we need to be honest with how we're feeling and this open place for people to communicate back with us. A lot of times as a leader, you're going to be that person for other people that they look to for support and advice. And that's one of my favorite things about being a leader, is that connection you get with people. And so even in times of crisis, and all of these points, more so in times of crisis than ever, it's important that as a leader you serve people. That's why we're here. My entire job right now, my 9 to 5, is about serving people and keeping them safe and putting policies into place to keep them safe, and emotionally being there to support the frontline people that have to be out there living, the frontline people that have to be out there serving everybody else. And in my 9 to 5, that's what I do. And in my home, I'm lucky enough my kids are 20 months old and they have no idea what's going on, but they do know when I'm overwhelmed, and they do know when I'm stressed. Like, it's not that they know nothing, they just don't know this. So be open and supportive, be kind, be understanding. Everybody in the world right now, if you used to run at a stress level of 1 or 2 baseline, you're at 5 or 6 all the time. And that's fine. I get it. I'm there too. But what that means is that when you're running at a 5 or 6, it's way easier to just explode and be hyper reactive to situations and respond to things. And so we just need to understand that about everybody else around us. So as our emotions are escalating, their emotions are escalating, and somebody, and that's usually the job of a leader, is to stop and just breathe and allow that other person to have this outburst that they need to have, because no one is as emotionally capable of handling life right now as they were 2 or 3 weeks ago. As a leader, something that's always very fundamental, but again, now more than ever, is that you are grateful. You're grateful for the people that support you. You're grateful for what you do have. In my 9 to 5, I work in leadership with an essential service, which means that the people that I lead are still out in the world serving people to make the company I work for continue to be successful. And I don't think as a leader you could ever be more grateful for those people than you are right now. And I don't think as a leader I could say thank you or send appreciation enough right now. And so if you're leading people through this, make sure they understand how special they are, how much you appreciate them, and how grateful you are to have them. If you're leading a family through this, have gratitude for the more family time you get. Have gratitude for the daily walks you weren't taking before. Have gratitude for missing less moments of your children growing up. There's so many things in this to be grateful for, and that's where you need to continue to focus. Which leads into my next point, where you cannot be an effective leader for people if you don't figure out how to keep filling your cup back up. There are things right now that are going to be aggressively dumping your cup out. And you need to figure out what things are dumping your cup unnecessarily. For me, things that were unnecessarily dumping my cup were watching videos on social media about some of the very personal experiences or the losses of people in this situation. Those things I've mentioned in other videos. I'm not the best at watching sad things. Sad things empties me very quickly. I don't have, since having kids, the emotional capacity to handle a lot of sadness. And as much as I needed to be educated on the facts and the things that I need to do to keep my family safe and to keep my employees safe, I needed to also not learn and watch videos on the things that had zero impact on my ability to be a leader. And in that way, when I stopped doing those things, my cup didn't empty quite as quickly, so it became easier for me to do the things I needed to do to fill it back up. And it becomes a balance. So think about, what are the things that are absolutely necessary? Supporting your teams, absolutely necessary. Learning the facts, absolutely necessary. Getting caught up in the sad parts, not necessarily necessary. Protect yourself, because if you're going to be a leader through hard times, you need to. You need to conserve your energy for those times when it's needed. You can't just walk away from people that rely on you. Not right now. So what can you walk away from? What can you X out in your life in order to show up for the people that need you? do whatever you can because they need you. I got to a place where you could call burnout recently. I haven't been on social media in 3 days because my cup got empty. And all that was left was just enough to support the people that needed me. And there was nothing left even for me. I couldn't take the time to work on my coaching course. I couldn't take the time to, time's not a good word, because I had the time. I just couldn't find the energy's the word, to expend into creating content that was valuable to people. Couldn't do it. And I couldn't find the energy to even really engage with my friends much, to be honest. I was just tapped out. It's amazing though what a day off work can do when the sun is shining and you can get outside and play with your children and go for a walk and smile at neighbors you've never seen before and talk to little girls about the germs that she has because her mom taught her about social distancing in the way that she would understand. Your gratitude practice is more important than ever. In times of crisis, the things that keep you grounded are more important than ever. Make sure you find the time to do those things. I haven't been writing it down every morning like I should. I've been lying in bed, awake in the mornings, without energy to do what needs to be done. But last night before bed, when we were putting the kids down, I took the questions that I have on my gratitude journal and I took some time to ask my husband the questions, and then he asked them back to me. And just remember what's really important in all of this. It's not having the exact right food to eat. It's not having new clothes. It's not having the ability to go for drinks with friends. What's really important is that we connect with our families and we find new ways to connect with our friends, new ways to connect with loved ones that are far away, new ways even to connect with ourselves. We've been given this gift wrapped in the ugliest wrapping paper. But what we've been given is this gift of time with family, which is a whole nother video, I guess. So I'm gonna stop here before I continue to ramble and talk about an entirely different topic, and just remind you to lead no matter who you're leading. Be the shining light for somebody in your life. Be kind, be accepting, be supportive. Allow people to do whatever they need to do in order to get through this, because it takes everybody to get through this. And just keep on loving. Love your family, love your friends, love yourself. That's everything I have for you today. Have a great week. I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises about when you're going to see me again. And that's okay. You'll see me again. Bye for now.